good morning 9th class students. We are discussing third chapter, that is laws of motion. So we are in Newton's first law of motion, right? So according to first law of motion, when any body will be in rest position, it try to be in rest. Otherwise, any body which is at rest, which is in motion, it will be in motion only unless and until it is compelled by an external force. And it also describes about the net force acting on a body is zero. It means that the body either in a rest position or a uniform motion. Okay. Now we are discussing about the examples. Now when I am standing in a bus, the bus is not moving. Then continuously I will be like this only. Now the bus starts to moving. Okay. Then what will happen if the bus suddenly starts? I am at rest position. The bus suddenly starts. Then I will move forward and come back. Right or not? Otherwise, I am going back or come front. So which one will be happen here? One more time, listen my question carefully. When I am standing in a bus, now the bus suddenly starts. Then my body will move forward, otherwise it will come backward. Obviously, we will go back and come front, right? This is called static inertia. Static inertia is nothing but when any body is rest position, continuously the object will try to be in rest position only unless and until it is compelled by an external force. It means Newton's first law definition has divided into two parts. First part is the body is at rest. Second part, the body is in motion. Every object which is at rest position, it always try to be in rest unless and until it is compelled by an external force. When I am standing in a bus, suddenly the bus starts to move. Then we will go back and come because of static inertia. And we have second one, that is dynamic inertia. Dynamic inertia. The second part, right? When any body which is in motion, it always try to be in motion unless and until it is compelled by an external force. Now I am standing in a running bus. Already the bus is moving. Now suddenly the driver have applied brakes. So the bus came to rest position. Then we will move forward and come back. Have you observed? So this is because of dynamic inertia. So we have static inertia and dynamic inertia. Static inertia which tells about the body which is at rest position. Dynamic inertia will tell the body which is at motion. A body which is at motion always try to be in motion unless and until it is compelled by an external force. This is called dynamic inertia. When a body which is at rest position, continuously it always try to be in rest unless and until it is compelled by an external force. This is called static inertia. Static inertia will tell about the body which is at rest. Dynamic inertia will tell the body about motion. Clear? Now, a ball is at rest position. When I am kicking like this, okay, then the body will start moving, right or not? Otherwise, the body is at rest position. I am not kicking. Now, will it move? No. When I am kicking only, it will move. Right? How much force I am applying onto the ball, that much distance it can cover. So, the body is at rest position. Now, I am applying some force, external force. Now, the body starts moving. This is static inertia. Okay. Now, already the ball is moving. Again, I pushed it. So, the body will go in the same direction, in the direction as you pushed. and after some time, because of the gravity, it will come to rest position. This is what? Dynamic inertia. Okay, like this we have static inertia and dynamic inertia. Newton's first law is also called as law of inertia. Law of inertia. So generally, inertia is a property of a matter. It is a property of a matter which resists its state of position unless and until compelled by an external force. So what is law of inertia? Inertia is a state of matter which resists. Resist means what? Which stops. Which resists its state of position. State of position means the body either at rest or in motion unless compelled by an external force. This is law of inertia. Generally, inertia will be calculated in terms of mass. In terms of mass. So, mass can be measured in terms of kg. So, inertia also can be calculated in terms of kg, kilograms. Why do you know? Here, we have taken two bricks, two wooden blocks otherwise, which are having different masses. This is one wooden block, this is one wooden block. So clearly you can say this mass is high, this mass is low. Now gently I am applying equal forces on both of these blocks, equal forces, same push. Then it will move, right? Maybe it came to here, it came to here. You can find the distance, how much distance it has moved. Obviously, it will only go, the lesser one only. If mass is less, inertia will be more. If mass is less, inertia will be more. And if mass is high, inertia will be high. So, this is Newton's first law of motion. Every object will try to be in same state of position unless it is compelled by an external force. And what happens when net force is equal to 0? Either the object should be in rest or in uniform motion. And Newton's first law of motion is also called as law of inertia. Inertia is a matter, is a state of matter which resists the state of position unless it is compelled by an external force. In the inertia also we have two types, static inertia, dynamic inertia. For a body which is at rest, that is static inertia. For a body which is in motion, that is dynamic inertia. Inertia is measured in terms of mass. Mass can be calculated in terms of kg. So, inertia is measured in terms of kg. Whose mass is low, its inertia will be high. Whose mass is high, its inertia will be low. Very simple logic. If a person is very fat, then in a running race he can't be able to cover as much as possible. But a person is thin, very fastly he can go. Even now, thin body and a thick body, how much distance it has covered, it will be based on their masses. Okay. Now, one more small example, that is a body which is at rest position. This is a block. Here 10 newtons of force has applied. How much? 10 newtons. This is applied force. This is friction. And two more forces also always will be active. This is normal force. This is gravitational force. Here applied force and frictional force both are in opposite direction. So net force along x-axis, capital F minus small f. We know, right, when the object is at rest position, always the net force will be 0. So capital F is equal to small f. Then what is the frictional force here? That is 10 newtons of force. I already told you before only, right? So like this we will calculate. This is Newton's first law of motion. Tomorrow we will discuss about second law. Okay? Thank you.